So by its nature, people are supposed to look at the media and be like, yeah, of course these are the people I like. Of course. But only 46%, less than half of the country overall, trust the media.
The vast majority of members of the American public believe that journalists and reporters are purposely trying to mislead them. And 58% think news organizations are more interested in ideology than facts.
This is Kyle Kolinsky and Ben Shapiro. Both are political commentators. And although they're not part of the same political spectrum, they agree with the fact that traditional media has changed, and they claim that it's not for the better. According to Axios, 56% of Americans agree with the statement that, quote, journalists and reporters are purposely trying to mislead people by saying things they know are false or gross exaggerations. This, of course, has led to many Americans switching to independent news due to the fact that they don't see conventional media as a reliable source of information anymore. With the rise of social media, independent news have seen a surge in popularity. Anyone can start a political podcast with a camera, microphone, and high-functioning internet. But now, the question is, how did we get here? What happened to the news? At one point in the journalism world, news channels, stations, and prints weren't focused on selling an ideology. They were focused on informing the public. Every news story was presented in a way that made sense to the public and without any bias. Although anchors and writers could express their thoughts, they would usually do it after the story was presented. They allowed the public to make up their own mind. Now, however, conventional media has turned into a spectacle of some sort. In today's journalism world, ratings matter more than informing. Whether the news sources are leaning to the left or right, it cannot be denied that they have completely forgotten what the news should be about. And people are starting to realize that more than ever.
Well, I think we have to, go back a little bit and look at when did 24-hour, 7-day-a-week news organizations come into society, and that was in the early 1970s. Because we had never had 24-hour news cycle, it was easier, I think, for the networks to contain what people were going to see. Now here comes, Ted Turner's CNN, gradually, MSNBC, and what you find is that the exposure, in order for these companies, I think, these networks to be successful, they had to open themselves up. But things also then began to change. People were not looking to be as informative with no emotion. Now you got to see more emotion. And unfortunately, some of that emotion was not well placed. Meaning there was a lot of sensationalized news coming out that perhaps didn't deserve to be as sensationalized. And of course, that just gets people all riled up.
So what should the news look like? Well, the news should be a space of information that allows everyone to come together and inform themselves about their government, country, and world. The media should help the public hold their leaders responsible for their actions. It should bring the people closer together, not divide them. In the end, everyone has the right to believe in whatever they desire. Yet, every opinion should be backed up with logic and evidence.